World History, Quarter 1, Test Review. Prehistory, lacks written records. The Stone Age was 2 million to 5,000 years ago. Paleolithic, people hunted and gathered. The Old Stone Age. Nomads, no permanent home, they followed food source. Use of fire, heat, light, cooking, protection. Language, verbal communication with developed words. Society of equals. There was no king or ruler. Paleolithic tools: stone, bone, wood. Neolithic, people learned to farm. The New Stone Age. Domesticated, to tame animals. Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates River in modern Iraq. Sumerian, first settlers in Mesopotamia. They developed writing and city-states. Babylonian, conquered the Fertile Crescent, had a king named Hammurabi. Hammurabi's Code, 300 laws. Rule 129 was an eye for an eye. Katal Hayuk was a community of around 3,000 people in modern Turkey. Obsidian is a smooth, dark, volcanic rock used to make sharp tools. Society, an organized group of persons associated together for religious, benevolent, cultural, scientific, political, patriotic, or other purposes. Culture, the systems of knowledge shared between a relatively large group of people. Anthropologist, a scientist that studies the development of people and culture. Archaeologist is a person who studies the remains of ancient societies. Artifacts, something made in the past. Fossils, any remains, impressions, or traces of a living thing of a former geologic age, as a skeleton, footprint, etc. Relative date. Science of determining the relative order of past events without necessarily determining their absolute age. Hatshepsut lived from 1508 to 1458 BC, was the 5th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt. Nile River, the longest river in the world, in which early kingdoms in Egypt were centered around. Pharaoh, a term used for Egyptian rulers who were considered to be gods on earth. Sphinx, one of a number of large stone statues with a body of a lion and the head of a man that were built by the ancient Egyptians. World geography. 7 continents and 5 oceans. North America. South America. Europe. Africa. Asia. Australia. Antarctica. The 5 oceans from largest to smallest. Number 1, Pacific Ocean. Number 2, Atlantic Ocean. Number 3, Indian Ocean. Number 4, Southern Ocean. Number 5, Arctic Ocean. Latitude is the measure from the equator with positive values going north and negative values going south. Longitude is measured from the prime meridian, which is the longitude that runs through Greenwich, England, with positive values going east and negative values going west. Prime meridian is the planet's line of 0 degrees longitude. Slicing the Earth along the circle of the prime meridian would divide it into eastern and western hemispheres. Equator is an imaginary line drawn on the Earth and spaced equally between the North and South Pole. .38 degrees north 77 degrees west, Washington, D.C., United States, North America. 33 degrees south, 70 degrees west, Santiago, Chile, South America. 48 degrees north, 2 degrees east, Paris, France, Europe. 39 degrees north, 116 degrees east, Beijing, China. 30 degrees north, 31 degrees east, Cairo, Egypt. 35 degrees south, 140 degrees east, Canberra, Australia. 90 degrees south, 0 degrees west, Antarctica.